Hi, this is Crystal with Merrick Imagery, and today I'm going to do a quick little tutorial on my St. Patrick's Day set. First thing I'm going to do here is I want to get my girl on a separate layer, so I click right here. We're going to select subject. It did a pretty good job. Let's go to cloud and select subject again. Okay, we're going to select and mask, hit the refine hair tool. Perfect. Let's come over here. We're just going to capture a little bit of odds and ends that the system missed here. I'm going to do a quick little job just for the sake of a tutorial. Okay. And that looks pretty good to me. Catch a little more here. And we're going to put her on a new layer and hit OK. Pop back on our background layer. We're going to drag in my Clover wall. I'm going to make it bigger and scooch it over to right where I like it. Okay, now I don't want her to look like she's floating in this background, so I'm going to go over here and change my blending layer to a soft light. And that looks pretty good, but what I want is these little clovers here to really pop. So I'm actually going to duplicate that layer, change that blending mode to overlay. Okay, but you see that is too much. So we're going to put a mask on this here. And then I'm just going to go to my brush, pick a nice soft brush, hardness all the way to 0, and I'm going to go and paint it in. Now again, for sake of tutorial purposes, I am just going to do kind of a quick job here, but what I want to do is catch all the little shines on all the clovers so I can make this image really pop without it being too dramatic. Okay, I'm just going to pull in, gives it kind of a hyper-realistic feel. Okay. These little ones here really pop, the brighter ones. Just gonna keep going around. Catch a few behind her hair and her hat. All the way up to the top. Okay. Almost. Good. Now if I was doing this for a client, I would obviously take a lot more time and really just hit kind of the highlights on the clovers. But I just want you to get the idea that doing 2 different layers and changing the blending mode and then painting in what you want to pop and leaving the background, like the wall here, a little bit more subtle gives it a little bit more dimension. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. We can go here. I'm going to click off of it and on it just so you can get the look of it. Then you can also adjust the opacity too if you really just want it to look lower. Now the only other thing with this image that I see is she looks really bright compared to the background, so I'm going to go ahead and adjust that. I'm going to throw in a curves layer. I'm going to pull my midtones like way kind of down, and then I'm going to right click and create clipping mask so that it's only on my girl. Okay, I'm going to invert that layer, make sure I have a white brush, and I'm going to paint on her here just to kind of darken up the bottom, blend her a little bit more into that photo. Okay, and then the other thing I see, again, she's still brighter, so what I want to do is brighten up my background. So I'm going to go over my background layer, and we're going to throw a curves layer, pull my midtones up, 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 up. I'm going to create a clipping mask, okay, just so that it's only like on my background layer, and invert this. Okay, I'm going to go here. And that's just going to kind of brighten up the background just a little bit to blend her in more. You can throw it on a clipping mask or not if you want the whole thing to get brighter, which I actually might like better. We'll pull that down quite a bit. Maybe even drop it onto the second layer here. No, let's go back to the first. Okay, so I think it looks better with it, but that might just be a little too bright. Okay. All right, and I think that looks pretty good. Let's go back and show you where we started and where we finished. All right, hope you enjoyed that tutorial. Like and follow for more. Thanks.